Hey guys, welcome back. So today I just wanted to do a little video on my pros and cons of the Seiko Sarb035. I've had this watch for about 5 years, or not 5 years, 2 years now, and I've had a lot of experiences and time to wear the watch. And again, these are obviously my personal opinions, but let's go over my 5 pros and 5 cons of this watch. So we'll start with the pros first, and the first major pro and reason why I still have this watch in my collection is the sizing of this watch. This wears really nice on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. The diameter is roughly 38 millimeters. Lug tip to lug tip is about 44-45 millimeters. And the thickness, I believe, is about 10, maybe a tad more. But off the top of my head, I believe those are fairly accurate dimensions. And when I put it on the wrist, it just wears great. And I don't have any other watches currently in my collection that wear quite like this. So I really love the feel of this watch and the sizing. So that's huge. The other pro, or pro number 2 rather, is the movement. Now, it's not the fanciest movement to look at in the world, but the Seiko Sarb, as you can see, has the 6R15 movement. It's got roughly a 50-hour power reserve, and all in all, it's been a fairly accurate watch. They're not regulated or anything like that, but I was lucky enough to get a pretty accurate one. This one runs about plus 5 seconds a day, give or take, when I'm wearing it throughout the day. So you can't really ask for anything better for that when it comes to an unregulated movement. So really like the movement when it comes to that. Pro number 3 is the dial color. Now the dial, I would say, is a cream color. If you look at it in pictures, you might think it's white, but once you have it in the flesh, in person, it is a cream colored dial. And a good way to compare is we can do a wristwatch check. This is my Ball Engineer Marvelite 2, and that's a white dial. And when you put the two next to each other to compare, you can really tell the difference. The Ball is a white dial, and the Sarb, you can tell, is a cream color when you have it next to the Ball. So I really like the cream colored dial. And again, I don't have any cream colored dial watches in my collection besides this one, so I really like it. And this does have a black option as well, but I liked the cream color, so that's the one I went for. Number 4 for pros is the versatility of this watch. This watch you can wear in a casual situation, relaxing, at home, whatever, and you can dress this watch up too. This watch looks really good on leather bands, and you can wear it, at a wedding or at a fancier occasion, and this watch, you can still pull it off. And I've gotten compliments on this watch when I've had it on leather bands, and it looks really nice. So you can really wear this watch for pretty much any kind of occasion if you really wanted to. And the 5th pro, in my opinion, is the sapphire crystal. Now, not all Seikos come with sapphire crystals. They have their proprietary Hardlex crystal, and a lot of people try to complain about that. I personally don't really care, but with the sapphire, you're getting a quality crystal. It's scratch resistant, and I just like that this model, especially with the Seiko, has the sapphire crystal. So really appreciate that. Excuse me. So let's go on to the cons now. Now with the cons, we'll start with the bracelet. Now this is the bracelet that this watch came with, and it's not terrible, but it's definitely not great. It's got the pin and collar screws, I believe, for this bracelet, so it's not the best, but it's not the worst. But the one thing I really don't like is the lack of adjustments. You have the micro adjustments right here. You only get 2. So this watch could work or fit really well on your wrist, or it might not. It's just kind of hit or miss when it comes to this bracelet. So that's my first con. The second con, no drilled lugs. I really like drilled lugs on all my watches. It just makes changing out straps, changing out the bracelets that much easier. So if you don't have drilled lugs, sorry, it's going to go against you in my book. So the third con is no screwed down crown. Now the Sarb is supposed to, or is rated at 100 meters water resistant, but I'm sorry, if you don't have a screwed down crown, I'm not going to bring you anywhere near water. Now granted, this watch isn't really a sports watch and it's not a diver, so I mean, it doesn't really need to have 100 meters water resistance. It's nice, but if it had the screw down crown, it would just give me that extra security and peace of mind knowing that no water is going to get into the movement. But it doesn't have the screw down crown, so that's going to go against it too. The fourth con is the date wheel. Now, the date wheel, or the date window rather, it's nice. It's got that, you know, silver lining or around the window, which looks nice, but the date window is white and the dial is cream colored. To me, that is a little strange. It's a minor nitpick, but if the date window was cream colored as well, I think it would look a lot nicer. But again, a minor complaint, but that's just something that I've noticed over the 2 years I've owned this watch. And the third and final complaint about this watch is the loom. The loom is, it's not great. You know, Seiko is known for their great loom, especially with their divers, but the loom is just not good with this watch. I can try to do a loom shot right now, but I don't even know if it's gonna come up. But let's just turn this off and you can kind of see the loom right now. Now, the loom will last for maybe about 20 minutes, but if you're in a dark room, you're not gonna see this loom for probably over an hour. More than an hour, because it's just going to wear out. So if you're expecting loom or you want legibility at night, the Sarb is not it. So those are my 5 pros and 5 cons of the Seiko Sarb, guys. Let me know in the comments what your pros and cons are if you have this watch. And if you've made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you watching, and please consider liking and subscribing. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.